50 years ago, Bob Wegman decided his growing supermarket chain needed someone who could be the voice of the consumer. And this week, that voice is retiring.
Tremendous change in between tradition and stability.
With her master's in educational psychology, it's not surprising Mary Ellen Burris became a teacher. But her students were shoppers. It began when she landed a job interview with Wegmans in 1971.
They gave me an interview, but asked me to write a job description. What would I do if I came to work for them?
That job description was prophetic. Burris wrote of a revolution in consumer thinking and bridging the gap between the consumer and the company. And that's what she would do for Wegmans, in part by writing hundreds of columns aimed at educating consumers. Burris was reaching out to customers, and they have always responded.
I can remember the customer had said, "Why do you send me ads about seafood when you know I'm allergic to seafood?" Well, yes.
That's Mary Ellen Burris with the late Bob Wegman.
He didn't want to be the biggest. He just wanted to be the best. I remember in Buffalo one time we were visiting stores. There were three, and I was with him and with the store manager. And each of us had different things for lunch. And he did not like his. And I said, well, 2 out of 3 is not bad. Wrong.
You shouldn't have said that?
I should not have said that. He was quick to point out that he is not a 2 out of 3 guy.
It was Burris who proposed Strive for 5 in the early 90s, but it would take a few years to convince other company leaders.
And finally, I figured out a way to tie getting people to eat more fruits and vegetables to the sales goals of the produce guy. And when you think about it, well, duh, of course.
To Burris, the people who work at Wegmans are as important as the people who shop there. And when they do something special, they get a superstar pin along with a handwritten note from Mary Ellen.
And when you ask them, well, what did you do? I mean, they're quick to say, it really wasn't that much, but it was in the eyes of the customer.
At 86, Burris still swims in her pool every day, but a recent knee replacement and being at home due to the pandemic helped make the retirement decision easier.
Well, every retired person I ever talked to has said, you'll know when it's time. And they were right. I just knew now is the right time.
And so Mary Ellen Burris retires at week's end, although giving her years of advocating for education, an internal Wegmans memo did not say retirement. It read instead that Burris would be graduating. We wish her well.